Hello, my name is Midnight Amont. Welcome to the channel.
Be off, Reeker! Ard Kaddock refuses to see you. Now go! Before I gut you.
The Ard needs to hear what I have to say, my friend. It is imperative that we speak.
Move along, outsider, before I put a buzzard hole in you!
Well, good to see you, my friend. I could use an ally in this desolate place. The Grey Host has turned his attention upon the Reach, but the local ruler refuses my help. This so-called despot of Markarth thinks walls and sentries will hold back their fury. Ard Kaddock, self-proclaimed ruler of the Reach. He rarely ventures out of Understone Keep these days. I've come to offer my assistance, but he refuses to listen. Meanwhile, even here in the shadow of the city, Grey Host agents plot and conspire. An alliance of vampires, witches, and werewolves bent on slaughter and conquest. I want to protect the Reach, but to do that, I need to uncover the Grey Host's plans and secure Ard Kaddock's cooperation. Would you be willing to help me in this? With your help, we may save the Reach yet. While I continue to exert diplomatic pressure, I need you to find information the Ard will consider valuable. Something concerning the rebels that plague his rule, perhaps. Start by talking to the Sentry. Reach folk deal in bargains. They respect strength and skill, and they believe in rewarding favors. If we can bring something important to the Ard while demonstrating these qualities, I think he'll agree to hear us out. If we're to stop the Grey Host and help the Reach, we don't have a choice. At the very least, we need his resources and support. In my time here, I have heard about these rebels, but I'm not sure the extent of their rebellion. See what you can learn. Remember, remain respectful but wary when dealing with Reach folk. They don't suffer long speeches, not even short ones. Keep your conversation with the Sentry brief and to the point. Once you find something, meet me in Markarth at Understone Keep. This Grey Host is somehow connected to the army that ravaged the land in the First Era. Like their ancient counterpart, I assume they seek to conquer and destroy. I need to learn more to know for sure. Meanwhile, we must get the Reach to prepare. No, of course not. I won't mince words. The Reachmen are a stubborn and unruly people. They resort to violence at the least provocation, but despite the opinion of most civilized Tamriel, they aren't frothing barbarians. The Reach folk possess a distinct culture that you'll see during your time here. They also enjoy the same capacity for virtue and evil as Bretons, Nords, and the other peoples of Tamriel. Animal skins don't make one a barbarian. Actions do. An appellation he earned, as I understand it. Ard Kaddock is said to be ruthless and powerful, a cruel leader who seeks the ruin of Tamriel and the death of any who reject the spirits, or what you and I call the Daedric Princes. That he's a king of broken antlers and carrion crows who eats the hearts of his enemies and hunts children for sport? Perhaps. But the legend always overshadows the reality. Kaddock's legend is a mix of Daggerfall insults and Reach superstitions. He's a canny leader, who applies both caution and brutality in equal measure. He calls himself Ard, the king of the fort, but his rule isn't absolute. Most Reach clans respect him, however. His help will be crucial in the battles ahead. And you as well. I only wish we weren't in the midst of yet another crisis. I formed the Raven Watch to deal with this type of eventuality, but even with centuries to prepare, I find myself caught off guard. And Kaddock's stubbornness doesn't help. Yes, but too few. We tracked Rada al-Saron to the Reach and found the place crawling with Grey Host warriors. He's here for a reason, and I think it goes beyond simple conquest, but the truth of his motives elude me. This grey host is somehow connected to the army that ravaged... Yes, so my ward Fenorian has told me, which is even more of a reason for you to help me here in the Reach. Whatever Radha al-Saran began in western Skyrim, I believe he has something even more terrible in mind for the Reach folk.
Didn't you hear? You and that fancy bastard aren't welcome here. Get, or I'll make a scarf out of your guts! We know all about the Blood Drinkers and the Beast Folk. We were dealing with them just fine before Ard Kadok called us back to Markarth. The Witch Rebels are a bigger threat, along with outsiders who try to get into our business. Some wilder witch has been stirring up the clans to the east of Markarth, making trouble for Ard Kadok. But we'll have her head on a pike soon enough. Look, if you want to see the Ard, then bring news he doesn't know. Something about the rebels.
Stay here as long as you like. I'm done waiting for Ard Kadok to muster the clans.
Are you now? And what do you plan to do about it? Join those rebels? You wouldn't have the first clue about how to find them.
That's where you're wrong. Connell says they're gathering in the eastern foothills.
Well, then your head can wind up on a pike with the rest of them, you damn fool.
Stay back! If you're one of those invaders, be aware that my fellow rebels are right behind the bend. You are? Well, I haven't actually gone and joined them yet. I was just about to head for their camp, but... well, I don't know exactly where it is. Just that it lies to the east in the foothills. Or so I was told. Oh, I said too much. Go away!
Away, stranger. I don't deal with outsiders.
witch rebels are as bad as the damn vampires. Get away from me, you reeker. You think a reach warrior with only one good leg can't cut you? Well, think again. The Grey Host? Does it look like I've been bitten or clawed? It was the damn witch rebels. And they can't tell a reach folk from a monster any better than you can. They thought I was one of those invaders. Spirits, take the lot of them. Aye, like a pack of wild dogs they were. Kept shouting, Arana, Arana, as they bore down on me. I took an arrow in the leg before they listened to me. Before they decided I wasn't an invader. I think Arana spoke to me. I think she was their leader. No, like ghosts these rebels are. I plan to return to Markarth and petition the Ard to let me take a war party out to find them. They must be hiding in the eastern foothills. I don't care if they are fighting the Grey Host. They're mine.
these weak strangers could face a true Reach challenge.
You know what I love?
Markarth.
The city could use more trees. Needs greenery. Those old dwarves must have hated trees and sky. Built their cities of stone and buried them deep underground.
I know. You were surprised to see a Red Guard here in the Reach. But I'm a trader, and my business takes me to many different places.
Our guide, Nivane, she's actually rather nice. Everyone says the Reach folk are all barbarians, but I don't think that's true.
Kazim talks about his homeland a lot. Sandy, hot, no mountains, no trees. I can't even picture it, to be honest. Who would want to live in such a place?
I haven't slept in days. Wait. Yes, I have. I slept all day yesterday.
I've been hoping for a chance to see the Ard, but so far no luck. If he'll have me, I'd like to join his stone hands. I can fight.
Look, I'm not one for idle talk. Try my friend. Talk to anyone.
Yeah, my friend. Was your hunt successful? You couldn't have timed your arrival any better. Ard holds court as we speak. We'll never have a better chance to gain an audience with him. Did your investigation uncover anything we can use? What did you learn? Orana? I have heard that name during my time here. Did you happen to learn what these rebels are rebelling against? Flee this city? With a grey host prowling the countryside? Well, that's 3 valuable pieces of information. I want you to represent me before Ard explain what you learned, and convince him to finally agree to meet with me. Speak with the Ard Sentry. You'll need to convince her to gain an audience with Kadok. I think the information you uncovered about the rebels will be enough to interest the despot of Markarth, but you can never be too certain with Reach folk. I'm lucky to have made it this far into the city. Kadok and his entourage have little patience for a noble such as myself, especially a noble from a land they consider to be the home of their enemy. Now, this task is better in your hands. I shall wait around here and continue to discreetly learn what I can about the Reach and its people. I also want to think about Orana and her rebels. Maybe there's a way to add them to our arsenal. Go. I'll be here when you get back.
You again? You dare to disgrace Understone Keep with your presence, outsider? That takes guts, I'll give you that. What's your business in the Ard's Keep? Do you now? And you want to share that information with Ard Kadok? You're certainly full of surprises, outsider. All right, I'll allow you to approach the throne, if your courage holds out. Fair warning, the Ard's in a foul temper today. Not yet you don't, but you will. Ard Kadok's as likely to remove your head from your shoulders as listen to you, so talk fast, outsider. And remember, the Ard has no patience for fools or flatterers. Keep that in mind.
What fool do I have to behead for letting you in here? You're not of the Reach or the clans. You've either got the sense of a goat or the heart of a saber cat, and I'm eager to find out which. Now, speak plainly. What brings you to the despot of Markarth? The fancy elf, who won't take no for an answer, eh? Yeah, he should have made this offer earlier. News concerning the rebels is a beast worth skinning. Tell me something I don't know, and won't have you fed to my hunting dogs. Spies in my city? Well, that would explain some things, but that and a vague location aren't enough to get me to sit down and drink with a high elf. What else have you got? And remember, my patience is wearing thin. Orana. I know that name. She's a honey-tongued fanatic who refused to bury her sword when I forged a peace with the Grey Host. She's slippery, eh? But I didn't realize she led the rebels. Sniffing out her Reach witch. That commands respect. For now. Aye, they agreed to spare the city while they look for some ancient relic. Dwarven, I suspect. They can have it. Verandis wants to meet? Then talk to my advisor, Lady Boleyn. Track down Orana for her, and I'll listen to every word he has to say.
I couldn't help but overhear Ard Kadok's voice. It carries. Now tell me about the leader of the witch rebels. The name you provided? Arana, I believe you said? Ah, therein lies the problem. Reach witches are experts at losing themselves in the many caves and copses that decorate the landscape. It's like finding a tooth in a hen's beak. Most witches give deference to the Ard. Arana is a troublemaker. Actually, that task falls to you. A favor for a favor, yes. That's how business works here. Locate the rebels, find Arana, and urge her to stop meddling in Markarth's affairs. Do that, and you shall earn a place for you and your count in the Reach. That look on your face. I know curiosity when I see it. Very well. I can spare a few more moments before sending you off on your task. What does the outsider in Ard Kadok's court wish to know? While I may not have been born and raised in the Reach, I have earned my place as friend and counselor to Ard Kadok. His subjects call me a keep witch. I assure you, this is a term of the utmost respect among the Reach folk. A genuine desire for peace brought me here. The Reach finds itself beset from all sides. Orcs, Nords, Bretons, Imperials, they all seek the destruction of the Reach folk. I try to serve as a bridge of sorts. Yes, a bridge between the Reach and the civilized world. There's simply no reason that the people of Tamriel should go on killing each other. We have an opportunity to build a kinder, better Tamriel. I'm here to help make that future come to pass. What is any rebellion all about? Malcontents chafing against the established order, stirring up trouble. They're a nuisance, nothing more. It's a matter of timing. Since the arrival of the Grey Host, the land beyond the city walls has become perilous. The Ard urges everyone to take shelter here in Markarth, while Arana calls them away. Her reckless endeavor will get everyone killed. Peace, yes, of a sort. As long as we stay out of their way, the Grey Host has no quarrel with us. Besides, the walls of Markarth are impregnable. The Reach folk are perfectly safe in here. Now go, find Arana. A favor performed is a favor returned. A history lesson? Very well. Kadok is the cousin of the late Emperor Leovic. He was appointed ruler of Markarth and has governed this region ever since. Ard is an ancient title that translates to King of the Fort being Markarth and Understone Keep. As for that other epithet, it's a name given to him by enemies and outsiders. He may be cruel at times, but he's no tyrant. Reach folk have a saying: anyone can be a king in the Reach. No one can be a king of the Reach. Few Reach folk will accept a true sovereign. It isn't in their nature. Of course, that makes Kadok's attempts to safeguard this region, complicated.
The strangest thing about Markarth, people from all over Tamriel seem to wind up here. Never know who you're going to meet.
I think we're ready for a fight, but Ard Kadok listens to his keep witch, that Lady Belaine. She tells him that hiding behind these walls is the best course of action, or so I hear.
But here, before you run off, tell me about your audience with Ard Kadok. Impressive. You accomplished more in mere moments than I've been able to do since I arrived in this savage land. We'll find a runner, see if the witch rebels will join our cause. I will continue my own investigations and meet you back here.